What's up, everybody? This is Kenny Cummins here of Chillin' with Kenny C right here on TMVcafe.com, bringing you entertainment to your ears. I hope everybody's having a lovely and safe holiday season. And you know the saying, timing is everything. I got this interview booked probably a couple of weeks back, and then I find out that this individual got something planned on the day after the interview. He's this man alongside with hip hop artist Tony Wavy joined forces to give you art and hip hop for a series of shows called Mad Wavy. And the Christmas show is tomorrow night. And to have a chat about that, he is a comic artist. He's a illustrator. This man is just, if you are around Lexington, Kentucky, and you hear the word art, you gotta mention this brother right here. I'm joined with Bryce, Mr. B Mad himself. What's good?
Man, I'm doing well, brother. How are you? That was a fire intro, man.
Appreciate you, man. So I've gotten to know you for the last, I say, year or two through
Mhm.
the local hip hop scene. A lot of artists, a lot of mutual friends that are artists has used your work to be included in their music per se. But man, first things first, I'm happy to have you on and to have this chat with you, especially on the eve of Matt Ravy Christmas edition tomorrow night. So let's talk Matt Ravy first, man. Like I talked to Tony months back in the early stages of Matt Ravy. I've been to a show or two. It's a combination of art and hip hop and local artists having that platform to perform. It's a chance to network and everything. You know, Tony was very ecstatic about having this event. So, from your side, from your perspective, you bringing the art to this event per se. To talk about, man, how, from your side of things, how did Matt Ravy came to be?
Yeah, man. Well, hey, first off, I just gotta say thank you for having me. This was overdue for sure, brother. You know, I've been rocking with you for a bit, man. So I'm honored. Uh, and yeah, man, like Mad Wavy. The whole intention behind it is for generally just creators like ourselves, people that people that think outside of the box, and we, being people within hip hop, me being a visual artist within that, and Tony being, visual musician, and just a lot of the presence of hip hop and that energy in this city. Um, we wanted something that was going to be more consistent, and we know how difficult it can be to kind of wave the flag, to hold something consistently when you're wearing multiple hats. And we also know how important something like this is, as far as giving people a platform and trying to, make the most of the resources that we have. Because I'm over here at the Lexington Art League at Loudon House. I've been within residency over here for a couple of years now, going on a third. And they allow me to use this space in any way that they can support me. Be it events, or just allowing me to just do whatever I need to do within my studio, just everything. And the more me and Tony talked and our things aligned, we were just like, yo, I mean, collaboration aside, this is something that's like very, very necessary, something that we know that we want, and that everybody is going to not only want, but then what we kind of need to kind of spring spring the culture forward a little bit. A showcase that is going to let other creators that are trying to elevate themselves to kind of cut their teeth. Steel sharpens steel. You can get up there. You can cook. You can push your artistry forward. Visual artists as well, where I'm up there doing live art, but I would love to have more live artists come up there, do it, because I started in the foundation doing all that. So just kind of giving people a space to be creative and to be seen and to be headlined, but then also taking the time to really curate who's taking themselves seriously and making sure that the people that get up there are ready to make the most of that time. We want people to feel supported and to know that this is their space. This is a creative space. Yeah, yeah. That's like the intention behind all of it, really and truly.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And I am rocking this shirt. I think you're familiar with the shirt here that I'm
Yeah,
wearing
man.
right here. This is your art on this shirt, like the urban art, and this is Bryce art on this shirt. So if you're listening to live, you don't see it, but once you see the video on YouTube, you see this incredible shirt with the art courtesy of Bryce here. So
I appreciate
so I've been following like the hip hop scene for a long time, and I've been around for the foundation for Shicey and Just Me. I've been around for Divine Karama, Brown Sugar, and there has been a plethora of other shows over throughout the years, at least as far as I've been following this scene. And then Matt Wavy is bringing a total different vibe. It's bringing more of a combination of art and hip hop. Seeing that they do go hand in hand. Hip hop is celebrating its 50th year, and art does have some history with hip hop. So I'm very excited. It's always good seeing you at the shows, and while the music is happening, while the artists are performing, you are literally doing art from scratch. And this is a 3 to 4 hour show
it. Yeah,
that's
man.
happening, and you doing art, man, from scratch, literally. So check it out. London House tomorrow night, 8 p.m. is the start time. A lot of artists is going to be there. Tony Wavy is performing. Anonymous Rose is back from her West Coast tour. I believe this is her first local show since she finished the West Coast tour. So let's talk about the lineup, man. Let's talk about the lineup, man. How you feeling about the artists that's on board for tomorrow night?
Yeah, man. I'm excited, man. I'm excited because we've got an amazing group of artists. I mean, everybody's really strong, and we always have amazing people pulling up to Mad Wavy, man. But like when like I think the way that we're ending the year is perfect. You know what I mean? Like to have Anonymous come back from her tour, and then the first thing that she does is jump on this show. Nuts. You know what I'm saying? Like that in itself, I'm like, that's sis. So that's real special to me. Donnie Cash, formerly Mega Millions, man. Like he's rocked with us many a time. We got Tony bringing in some of the homies from that'll be that's gonna be a real special surprise. Like people coming from his hometown, where that it's I think merging vibes, what they got going on in Charlotte and everything, and just Martia, Jada King, like yeah, man. I think it's high level performers, high level energy, and everybody everybody that we always pull up, they always kill. But this go round in particular, I think is a perfect way to end the year. It's longer than usual. Uh, yeah, man, I feel really really good about this, and we got a couple of other surprises too when people come through, especially with like the raffles and stuff like that. But we upping it visually too. Like I'm hyped. I'm just hyped about this whole thing.
Yeah, and it's taking place at the London House, located at 209 Castlewood Drive in Lexington. And as I said in the interview with Tony, this building is literally built like a castle. Like
Yeah, man.
it's literally built like a castle. I've been there plenty of times. It's a nice spot, especially for a show that you and Tony are putting together, a series of shows. And with this being the holiday edition of Matt Wavy, there's going to be a ugly sweater contest and raffle.
Yeah, man.
There's going to be live art. There's going to be an open cipher. They got drinks. They got snacks. They got the vibes. And you can also walk away with a $50 gift card and so much more. They got Ravy, a White Heart Gang, Anonymous Rose, Marcia, Johnny Cash, and Gosh Josh. Those are all your list of performers for Matt Ravy. The holiday edition tomorrow night is a free show, but they are taking donations. That will be appreciated. DJ Miz will be your sounds extraordinaire on the ones and twos. And so if you're looking for something to do to get your Christmas weekend going, make your way to the London House and catch the vibe with Wavy and Bryce, man. You get art and hip hop. You get not the best of both worlds
Yeah,
on
man.
the same night. I've been to these shows. It's always a good time. So go check it out, man. So you've had quite the 2023 with your art. Um, and I've been watching illustrating work, comic work. Um, like, how are you feeling about your 2023 overall with the work you've been putting out this year?
Man, I'm proud, man. I'm really proud. Just it's it's wild. Just the momentum that I have right now, and just everything that I've been able to kind of accomplish this year is, it's kind of exceeded expectations in many ways, man. Because one of the big things for me has always been that I make sure that just as much as I'm trying to propel myself forward as a visual artist and doing what I do successfully, that I still put on for the city, for people that coming from backgrounds like mine, because everything that I do as an illustrator is directly informed by that, like by my background, by hip hop and everything. So I think it makes my visual style unique, and the way that it's been embraced by the city, especially not just like us within the city, but generally the mayor's office. You feel me? Shout outs to Divine and shout outs to Dan Wu and just organizations like Lex Arts and Lexington Art League and Arts Connect and all these spots that are they're looking at what it is that I'm doing and aiming at, and you don't necessarily need anybody to make you viral. You don't need anyone to co-sign you for you to do what you do. But when you do have people that see what it is that you're shooting at, and then they want to hold doors open for you in a particular way to say, wait, hold on, come here. We see there's something that you're aiming at. You're doing this at a high level. Everybody's kind of looking for the opportunity to kind of put you in certain spots to, be seen or be recognized. I'm very grateful for that. And I think this year has been a whole lot of that energy, just people trying to see what I've got going on, and they're biting, because the messaging is, it's love, and I'm working towards a certain level of mastery that I think is definitely hard earned, man. I've been shooting for a long time. I've been doing this for a very long time. So to have this conversation change around my work, and just today, as we record this podcast, I was at WKYT, speaking towards things for next year, and just them giving me a bit of an artist spotlight. It's like, yeah, man, like I'm feeling I'm feeling grateful for the journey, and appreciative of the ups and the downs, the miles. Like, yeah, it's a lot to take in. I'm still kind of figuring out even how to speak to it properly. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely, man. Like I will say the highlight for me as it pertains to your work definitely came from Al's Bar. This was the Matt Militia show. This was a tribute to Jans and to Lee G. Lee G, who we lost months ago.
Yeah,
And you had a surprise for everyone in attendance. You presented an art that you've been collaborating with Lee. He has been working on some new music prior to his passing. Um, so talk about that moment and the times you had with Lee, man. How much he meant to you, as someone that represent in the community and the music and everything.
yeah, man. Yeah, man. Rest in peace to our brother, man. Like, I uh I was thinking about, I was actually thinking about this very specifically the other day when I was having a conversation with somebody about the foundation, where, like where Lee was a lot of times, he kind of working the door and stuff. He's mugging. He was mugging people coming in. He used to crack me up with that. And yeah, man, like he was one of the handful of people that I could talk to that remembered exactly what it was like when I was walking into that space and shooting towards what it is that I'm doing now. And like, again, there was so many times where like people just really didn't understand the vision or the potential in these things. And Lee was one of the dudes that was in my corner that was generally, he was just repping for people to be great in what they did. And yeah, anytime that we would have conversations about anything in relation to, just hip hop and art and all these things, like, yeah, it was always like this love and this recognition that came with it, that even before anybody else was doing it, he was doing it. He was just that dude. He spoke power to you in that kind of way. And yeah, man, so like, and we always talked about eventually collaborating on something where he was going to have a project that he wanted me to listen to and, put my pen to. And, we finally had got to that point where he was like, yeah, and he let me listen to that piece in particular was a variation of multiple. Like I had actually done like a couple of different joints for as his project kept evolving and kept switching. Like I had done multiple passes at multiple things, and that was like the last iteration. Because yeah, he was just trying to iron everything out and get it right. And yeah, it was just a huge full circle moment, just kind of finally getting to that point, and then just reminiscing on how far we had come. And yeah, every time I think about Lee, I think about those moments in particular, and just how he spoke power to me and to a lot of us in that way, man. So I'm just forever grateful for that.
Yeah, I've had some moments with Lee. Um, he very passionate towards people. passionate in his craft. He really cared. He wanted to see you succeed. He wanted to see you be happy with what you do. Um, so Lee, I know he's very passionate in wrestling, very passionate in music, passionate and just standing for what you believe in and whatnot. He was a testament of the community. He's a true pillar.
It's
He's
important.
also, yeah.
It's important to note too that not to cut you off, my bad. But it's important to note that like Lee was one of the only people in the city that was highlighting the quote unquote urban creators. So like anybody that and that and there's also anyone that could be considered underground, the people that was outside, like artists like myself and then my collective, like that Six Pound Boards, like Lee Lee would go out of his way to highlight people's greatness in the territories that oftentimes nobody was checking. Because for myself as an illustrator and a pop artist, a street artist, all these things, it was a long time before anyone in connection with the fine arts community would even recognize me as an illustrator. I was more so in the territory of vandalism for a lot of people. And Lee looked at us and was like, "Nah, like, hold on, y'all are crazy with it." And he would spotlight that. Lee was that dude that was popping up at these different games, speaking to these young athletes, these middle schoolers and high schoolers. He was following the urban artists, the wrestlers. He was popping up at Comic-Con interviewing creators and writers in the pop art territories and stuff that nobody was checking for. And yeah, like just speaking to that passion that you're talking about, and then also just like the time and dedication that it takes to really want to like elevate somebody else within their greatness. And him being an artist himself, he could have easily taken a lot of that energy and relied on the relationships that he cultivated and continued to push the bar forward for himself. And he took time to step back in many ways and say, well, hold on, how can I put spotlight on other people too? And that takes a very selfless person to take that time and energy to do that running around like how he did. That needs to be celebrated.
Yeah, absolutely. Truly a selfless individual. Indeed. It's been months since we lost him, and
Mm-hmm.
we all miss him dearly. Continue prayers towards the Carter family and their loved ones. Rest in peace to Lee Carter, aka Lee G. You know,
Lee
so
G News forever, man.
is there. But one thing about Lee, he likes to have fun. He likes to vibe. So if you want to catch the vibes that he be catching vibes with, go make your way to Mad Wavy tomorrow night, 8 p.m. to midnight. And you're gonna get artists, you're gonna get art, you're gonna get the sweaters. This is the holiday edition. This is the last Mad Wavy of 2023. If you missed out on the previous shows, most of us most likely gonna have the weekend off anyway. So and it's a free show.
Saying
Get the donations, man. And you can enjoy some art, live art and music at the same time. Like,
ain't no reason not to be there, man. What else
yeah,
you doing? It's a free show. You pull
yeah.
up.
And here's the thing. You seen my Facebook, man. Like I've been cruising, I've been traveling. This is
Yeah,
gonna be one of the rare weekends that I'm not traveling. I'm gonna be in Lexington all weekend long. So
man.
I am gonna pull up to
Oh yeah.
Matt Waggy tomorrow night. I'll be there from 8 to midnight too. So go check it out. Anonymous Rose. This is her first local performance, her first local appearance per se, since her tour concluded, which was a little over a week ago. So she's
Facts.
got a little breather, took some time to rest, and she'll be back on that local stage tomorrow night. So,
Yep.
Bryce, man, salute to you and Tony for combining the two of art and hip hop with Matt Ravy. And I'm definitely rooting for this show to continue to push the elements, man. Continue to get the support that it truly deserves.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people in the community been craving for a platform such as this. And I feel like, man, we gotta support this the same way we supported the foundation, same way we supported Brown Sugar and these other shows that came before then and now. So support Matt Wavy, not just tomorrow, but in 2024 as well. Keep supporting Matt Wavy. Keep supporting the local artists like Bryce and talented artists like Matt Wavy, who's, as you mentioned, he's not just an art on the microphone. He's also an art with the pen as well. So thank you, Bryce. Great chatting with you. Um,
Thank you,
happy
man.
holiday, happy holidays to you and your family. And I'll see you tomorrow night.
All right. See you then. Hey, real quick, I want to go ahead and say massive shout outs to you and everything that you do. I'm greatly appreciative. And then just super shout outs to everybody that's been supporting Mad Wavy. And I want to make sure that between the artists that come, the crowd, sponsors, just everything, I don't want to wear everyone down with the list, but we love and appreciate every single one of you. We can't thank you enough. And tomorrow we wanna share all that love, and let's end the year with a big celebration, embrace each other.
Yeah, especially in this holiday season, man. Indeed, man. You have a good night. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And again, I'll see you tomorrow night.
If you ever see you then, brother.
All right, peace. All right.